the universe kind of gives you some things that are supposed to happen. And this sort of felt very organic. Then it was kind of like, wow, I could do this with kids. I kind of love the space that it's in because I feel like people could benefit from this. And I do want to obviously make it into a business that is profitable and is something that could be even more rewarding. I'm getting so much out of it that I just love it. Maybe it's like a midlife crisis. I don't know, but I
That's
love
okay.
it.
It's your second act. You were in it.
Yeah, it's my second.
Are you at a crossroads in your career? Ready for a change, but you're not sure how to get there? Don't worry. We are about to produce your best life together. Welcome to the Second Act Success podcast. I am your host, Shannon Russell. I am a former television producer turned boy mom. I left my dream job to find family balance, and in doing so, I produced my dream life. Now I am a business owner, podcaster, and career coach. My mission is to help other women like you find what they are truly meant to be doing. If you are ready to start over in your career or pivot to a new purpose, then get ready to be inspired by stories of women who have done just that. We will share advice and actionable tips to motivate you as you move along on your path. It is time to shine, so let's start producing your balanced life of abundance today. This is Second Act Success. Welcome to the Second Act Success podcast. I'm career coach Shannon Russell. I am thrilled that you are here for the very first Career Shift Strategy session. This is a new coaching style episode I will be doing on the podcast, where I bring in one of my clients and we do a career coaching session here on the show. Soon I will be opening this up to you at home as well, so stay tuned for info on how you can be on the podcast, asking me questions one-on-one. Today I am joined by Michelle Novello. She and I know each other from the television industry, and recently when she made a shift to open her own business, she became a client. Michelle is here, and we are about to take a deep dive into her business, Lūssi Skin, an all-natural skincare line that she makes herself. Let's get started. I'm here with Michelle Novello. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, how are you?
Great. So before we get into your business, tell us what you did during your first act.
My first act was television production. Then I got into casting. Where I left, I was working for an audience casting company in California, and then COVID came along, and basically it was the most un-COVID business of people in large groups together. And I had a child at the same time. So it was kind of the perfect segue into act two. I think things happen at a certain time on purpose, sort of push me because I'm kind of a lazy person by nature. So maybe I wouldn't have like branched out, but it sort of forced me to be like, what else is there? A new perspective on things.
Tell us about your business, Lūssi Skin, and kind of where you are in this launching process.
I didn't even start it on purpose. I'm interested in eating like the unprocessed food and eating healthy and things. And then I was like, why am I not using that stuff on my skin? Started researching ways to make my own products. I'm a big DIYer. So I started making stuff for my husband and I, and then started getting asked all the time when I started using stuff like, what is that? What are you using? Can I buy it? And I was like, I don't think I'm qualified to sell it. I ended up doing like a deep dive of research, learning a bunch of things, and learned that I qualified to actually sell like plant-based natural skincare products, which I passed all these little check marks. And so I just got so much information and learned all this stuff. And it turned into a business kind of organically. I started selling it to friends and friends of friends and, that sort of thing. So that's kind of where it is now. And I started like just a website and Etsy, and I was noticing the results and people started like giving so much feedback. And I was like, wow, this could really be maybe something that I never thought of even embarking on. Now I am selling it, but it's like to word of mouth kind of people. So that's kind of where I came to you because I'm a little like stalled and stuck. Feel like time is money in a sense where you know more and you can kind of guide me on the next kind of step of where to go.
I think it's interesting because you started this business while you were home with your little one, and now you have another little one on the way. Don't you feel like this business is kind of perfect for you because you can make the products at home, you can be with your little one, it kind of fits into your lifestyle really organically?
Does, and that's part of probably why it was so appealing. Had the idea without realizing it, and then I could actually manufacture it myself, which is amazing to be able to produce it. So I can actually produce the product and it works in my lifestyle. I set up my daughter with like, we call it making potions. And I'm like, mommy has to work and make her potions. And she's like, well, I want to make one. So I give her a little like table of stuff to play with and kind of get her involved to where it works for both of us. I have to make orders and then she comes with me and she knows all about it. She ships them out. She's like, we got to put it in the package and we got to go to the post office. It's helping to also show her, you know, kind of what you do. It's like a business.
It is a business. It's not like a business, it is a business.
That's why I'm talking to
Yeah.
you.
Well, I love it. And I love that you already have your Etsy shop up. You have your website up that looks great. You have your social media. Let's start with what is your number one obstacle that you feel like you're in right now that's holding you back from taking it to the next level?
I feel as though I can do the production, and then I don't know where to go. Like social media, yes, I'm on Instagram. Do I know what to do with it? No. And I'm like a shy person. I feel so weird getting on my camera and talking about something. That's where I feel like completely lost in the sense of like, where do I go from here? I could just sit in my house and make products, which is fine with me. Like I would do that. But it's like
Yeah.
I do want to make it like a profitable business. And that's where I get lost of where to go next.
I love that you have all the bones together, right? You have your Etsy shop, you have your Shopify shop on your website, you've got Instagram going, you are selling your products. I was looking, you have some great reviews on Etsy. So I think
Mhm.
that's great to know that you already have a good product. You have people who have told you it works. You've got a system in place to make these products and you know how to ship them out. Like you've got all of the bones of how to run the business. And now it
Mhm.
seems like you just want some guidance on how to get it out there to the masses a little bit more than just the word of mouth that you might have in place now. Is that right?
Yes, exactly. Marketing, I don't know anything. I
Well,
am
you
lost on the marketing.
that's okay. Everyone is in the beginning and it's such a slow growth, especially because Instagram, Facebook, whatever platform you're on is changing every day, it seems. So
Mhm.
what might work
Yeah.
today might not work tomorrow. And it's just a slow growth, but it's excellent just to have that presence out there. You told me off camera that you were doing like in-person marketing events locally. So I think that's a great way to get out in front of people and hand out your
Mhm.
card and give out your samples. And people do pass it along, especially women. And our lifestyle needs to be easy, right? Like running to Target and grabbing what you need is just the lifestyle of a mom. So I think like getting it out there and having people pass it along and knowing that, hey, I can hop on Etsy and just order this. And I have some of the products. When I've told you that I had someone on a podcast once, we were on video going, oh, your skin glows.
I love that.
It's that word of mouth. And then I could say, oh, it's a Lūssi skin product and here you go. And it just grows. I was searching around on your Instagram a little bit. You have really great stock images of the products and inspirational quotes and all of that to really show the brand. But it might be great to get on camera. Put yourself on camera. And that's the hardest part. And I struggle
Yeah.
with that with my business too.
Uh,
But you have different elements that you can show. You can show the actual product. What's inside the jar? What does it look like? How do you use it? Whether it's you holding it or someone else that you get, or it's just a video of you mixing up the skin
I could
balm.
probably do that. Yeah.
You have to mix it up before you apply it. So that's like a great, easy reel or TikTok that you could do that just shows that to people. You can start there and then maybe eventually you'll want to be the one who's talking about it.
Okay, I'm writing it
Great
down for
part.
video.
But like I said, it can be videos of the product, you making it,
Right.
just quick,
Okay,
like,
yeah.
yeah, quick photos you take of you in your lab making it, even cute little things with your daughter's hands making her own potions. I think more to show that you are this mom and wife behind the business because we want to support other women-owned businesses. And
Right.
when now that you're having products that are for children, that's another great category.
You think videos for like stories, or do you think videos like the reels that kind of stay on your page,
That's a
or
great
both?
question. Reels are ways to get new people to follow your page. Stories are for
Mm,
people who are already fans of your page
okay.
and following. So you want to
Okay.
do both, but I think right now, since you're starting with social, to do more
Mhm.
reels because that'll bring more people to
Okay.
you. And you can start with the hashtags that,
Oh,
just Google what you Googled when you were starting the business, all natural skincare,
mm.
whatever it might
So
be.
you can hashtag on a reel.
You can.
Yeah.
Yep. You
Okay.
can hashtag on a reel. That will bring new people in and then they can follow you from there. And then when you post a reel on Instagram, you can share that to your stories. Now the people
Oh,
who
okay.
already follow you can see you there. Whether you make it through the Instagram app or you make it just as a video on your phone, you can then share that same video on TikTok. If you feel like you want to get on TikTok or Facebook, you can share that same piece of content on all of the platforms. So you're not
Well,
making a
that's
million
great.
videos for a million different
That's
things.
great. So you think TikTok is valuable?
1,000% for you. I feel like
Okay.
there's so many moms and women who are on there now of just like looking for what you're selling, to be honest.
Okay.
Like maybe you'll get to the point where you want to be on camera and show how to apply this. Or
Right.
when do you apply it? You just apply it in the morning, you apply it at night, just giving those little tips.
Okay.
Another thing I noticed on your Instagram, you have a link to your website in your
Mhm.
bio. The thing that you could do is actually have what they call, I don't know if you've heard of Linktree, linktr.ee. So there's
Okay.
a few different platforms that do this, but basically you can make all links to different things. So if you had a link tree in your bio, that would take
Mhm.
you to your Etsy shop, take you to your website, take you to your TikTok. It
Okay.
can just be an easy landing page. So that's just another thing. And I can send you a link for how to set that up. People are so used to saying in Instagram, link in bio, link in bio. So this way you go to your bio and it has everything, every way to
Okay.
get in touch with you.
Okay, great. I didn't even know that existed. See? I don't know these things. There's only so much time in a day or a month or a year.
I'm glad
I
that's
know this is
helpful.
no, it's okay. I love you that you exist.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Hey, it's Shannon. If you are enjoying this podcast, then you will love my weekly newsletter. It's full of career advice, productivity tips, and of course, inspiring stories of women who have launched a new career that they love. Just go to secondactsuccess.co to sign up. Plus, you'll get the My Success Vision Board to help you with your 2023 planning as well. Now it's back to the episode. You do, like I mentioned earlier, have really great reviews on Etsy. So those reviews you can literally just screenshot and post up on your
Like
social as well.
posts. Okay.
You could even make a
Okay.
section on your website for testimonials, what clients are saying.
Okay.
It just gets it out there a little bit more. Maybe there's something that you include in, if you don't already, in your packages when you mail things out, of a little card saying, hey, review us or
Oh, that's a
follow
good
us
idea.
on social.
That's a good idea.
It's like people need to be reminded, like, what is it, 7 times
Mhm.
before they take action. And anything that you can show that it's a woman-owned business, even if it's a photo of you and your daughter in the kitchen, something where they're like, "Oh, Michelle is so cute. I
Okay.
wanna get to know her more." And your,
That's just something I'm like, I get that point of, but like, who cares? Maybe if one person cares, right? It's like
yeah.
a sale or a business connection or
Yep. You never know. There could
right.
be someone who's like, I'm really interested in this. She looks like me. She's got 2 little ones,
Yeah.
something relatable about that.
Yeah.
So then I feel like your social will just grow with just little things like this.
I'm taking it all in. Taking it all in.
Well, I was also just thinking, like, because you have this health food background and you're interested in eating healthy and eating non-processed foods and all of that, if you wanted to, you could write blogs about the importance of eating healthy and how that correlates to skincare, SEO-driven blogs that you could add to your website as well. And
No,
that's
I
something
haven't
you can
thought of
think about.
that.
Mhm.
I was wondering too, because, I got certified to be a nutrition coach a couple years ago. And I was like, it is kind of an umbrella of wellness, right? I'm into all of it. I do get the bug of like wanting to tell everyone, like, do this and do that. It's so good for you. Every time my parents come to visit, I make them something. They're like, that was good. I was like, it was healthy. Isn't that fun? Like, it's good for you. I wonder if there's a way to connect all of these worlds because I do have the background in that also. Like, that's the first thing I do after TV is I got into the wellness space of food because I was so interested in it and got certified as a health nutrition coach. I don't really know what to do with that, but I am very passionate about this. I'm like, could I combine these worlds and kind of like spread that sort of information? Do you think it would like sort of meld?
I do, absolutely. I think that should completely be part of your
Okay.
About Me page on Lucy Skin. It should be
Okay.
a part of your story, absolutely. And you have your other Instagram where you do post healthy recipes and things like that.
Right.
Like, there's no reason you can't combine it. Maybe
Okay.
it's, Lucy Wellness or whatever it is, but it could be more
Mm-hmm.
of an umbrella brand, and you've got the
Mm,
skincare. And even if you don't do products in the health food space, but you
right.
talk about it and you write blogs about it and you post tips and advice and tricks, to get your kids to eat healthy or whatever it might be. You know what it is? It's attracting that type of customer.
Yeah, you're
Someone
right. I guess it's true. Yeah. Same person that would be interested in that would be interested in like natural skincare kind of stuff. Yeah.
And the fact that you
Okay.
have that education in that, you should absolutely, let that be known. And that should be something
Okay.
that's in your bio and that you are putting out there on social as well, because it just adds that extra level of credibility. Not
Okay.
everyone
You're
is
right.
is educated in that.
I never thought of that. Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Yeah.
Okay.
In time, you'll be more comfortable being the face of the brand too. I know it's hard because we've been behind the camera for so long
I know
in
that
television.
I maybe that's what it is. See, I've always been behind the camera. To be like, hi. I just like am like, oh my God, I feel like I'm just like naked. I'm
Yeah.
naked in the middle of like Times Square. It's such like a weird feeling. Maybe I'll ease into it.
We always talk about networking to help build a business too. And you
Mhm,
have such a vast, big network from the entertainment industry.
mhm.
So, as weird as it might feel or awkward to start telling people, even on your personal Facebook page or Instagram, that, hey, I
Oh,
launched
see, I'm
this.
already
I
I
know.
feel so weird even doing that. Be like, "Hey, everybody, look I could, like, talk about you or, like, a friend or something." I'd be like, "This is great." But for myself, I'm like, "I wanna throw up." To be like, "Hey, everybody, look at it."
It's that
It's
self
so
promotion.
awkward. Yes.
In my opinion, it just gives you that little boost of confidence. People will be jumping on, how exciting is this? Supporting you. And it's not about the purchases and what these people will buy from you. It's not that at all. It's
Right.
more of just, Michelle, this is amazing. And I want to support you by sharing it on my page, because all it takes is you sharing something with someone else for them to see it. And then that's where the social network goes, and it can just grow so much. So just think of it as a way for your
Yeah.
friends and colleagues all these years to be impressed with what you're doing and support you and give you that boost of confidence.
Given a lot of products to, like, friends or whatever, try to get feedback. And
Mhm.
if people are like, "Oh my god, I love it," then I don't care if you're even buying it. It just makes me so happy. My friend the other day was like, I went to the dermatologist today, and she had, like, a skin cancer, possible lesion, and they were like, "Come back in a couple months, we'll, like, biopsy it." She'd been using one of our products, and she came back and they were like, "Wait, we're not even gonna biopsy it. It looks amazing." And she was like, "That's all I've been using." My sister-in-law was like, "It's helping my eczema. Nothing has been working for my doctor." It's just
No.
so exciting that, like, that you're getting
Yes.
any sort of benefit like that, like, it's
It's like the best proof of concept, right?
yeah,
Made it, you're hoping, and now you're hearing that. Get that testimonial, put that out there, and
right.
maybe you write an article, since you love deep diving and learning, diving into something like
Yeah,
this that you're interested in. What is it about the ingredients that you're choosing that have
right.
these benefits? Pose yourself as an educator in this space and educating how this
That's
simple
so funny.
product can do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
You wanna make it make sense to people who would rather just pick up whatever lotion from CVS or Rite Aid. So
Yes.
instead, you can say, well, you could do that, but this is so easy and you can make it with this. People aren't gonna make it at home, so they're gonna buy your product or start investing in
Yeah.
natural skincare as well.
But yeah, if you wanna make yourself great or just to, like, change your mind and, like, you're wasting your money on things that are like 90% water. I learned doing this process, you could have 1.1% of an effective ingredient, and you could call that whole thing like, oh, this is like an argan faith oil, but it's like you can have 0.1%. It's like, that's so wrong to me because I actually want it to work. So
Yeah. I didn't know that. You're already educating me about these products, and that's how you can stand out too, by educating us on the
yeah, that's
differences.
actually a good idea. Even if I do something like that on social media, put little like informational.
Yeah.
I've
Really.
learned so much in the past couple of years, like kind of learning about this stuff. Maybe that's a good
Right.
idea too. Yeah.
Canva is a
Okay.
great resource, and they have free and paid, and the
Okay.
free really offers so much. You could start with that, and that's just a great place to make graphics. You can make infographics, you can make reels. They give you really great templates. That's something that you could definitely do, and just pop up those little statistics, because that'll make
Mm,
someone look and say, "Oh, really? Did she just say that 90% water is in this lotion?" It's really kind of
yeah.
driving the point home.
Okay.
I love that you're so into the ingredients, and that makes me want to support you, right? As a consumer, you're like, okay, she knows what
Right.
she's talking about. So the more you can show that, the more legit you are to the people who are following you and learning more about you.
This is so helpful because, like, I think, like, oh, everyone knows it. It's like no one's sitting at home researching this because they're not doing it. Yeah.
Exactly. What other questions do you have? I was thinking more about your operating side of your business. You get the orders, and then you're processing and making the products and then shipping it out. How is your strategy and your systems in place to do all of that?
The shipping part for where I am, I've kind of learned a lot about, like, someone said to me recently, like, I love getting your packages because it's like a little experience. I do like a certain thing with like little like cards, and they're like, that means a lot. Okay, that's actually worth the time or like the extra effort. Honestly, like I learned so much from other people doing this, YouTubers, like the easiest streamlined way to like ship things. I can research it and get it. It's just the part about all the things you just said. I never thought of any of them. I think the big thing about coaching and stuff like that is like you have a different perspective that like I would never think about. I never thought of all of those. And I've been researching this for like 2 years. It's just that other perspective is, which is why I think this is so valuable. If you can see my notes, like they're like everything you said, I'm like, oh, I never thought of that. Oh, I never thought of that. Oh,
Well, that's good. That just means that you have the business locked down, the products locked down, and now it's just growing it and kind of getting the word to the masses.
I only know this manageable part. Obviously, the tips you give me will grow, and then I'll be like, okay, now what do I do? I'll be at the now what do I do again position.
You are going to grow, and it takes time, right? It just takes time. And how amazing that you have this flexible business that you can have with your little one and your soon to be addition to the family.
I'm not a big, like, planner, so I never thought of, like, if I have kids, what would I do? Da-da-da. And the universe kinda gives you some things that are supposed to happen, and this sort of felt very organic. People started asking, "What do we do?" And then it was kind of like, "Wow, I could do this with kids." I kind of love the space that it's in because I feel like people could benefit from this, and I do want to obviously make it into a business that is profitable and is something that could be even more rewarding. I'm getting so much out of it that I just love it. Maybe it's like a midlife crisis. I don't know, but I
That's
love
okay.
it.
It's your second act. You are in it.
Yeah, it's my second.
Where do you see the business growing in the next year? Do you feel like you're in a good place? Have some action steps that you can walk away from this call and do tomorrow?
Everything that you've told me, I've taken so many notes. In the next year, I probably need some check-in and, like, you to be like, "Did you do it? Did you do it?" It's like, I need accountability a bit, and maybe, I can be like, "Hey, is this a good way to approach this?" Because obviously you're the expert, you know more about, like, all this stuff. Not like I need you to hold my hand, but maybe just, like, be somewhere near me.
Yes.
I wanna grow it. I don't need to be in, like, a Neiman Marcus, like, that's not my end goal, but I just wanna grow it in the sense of more people getting access to it and watching more reactions of people like, "Yeah, I used it and it's great," and da, da, da. I would love to be in some sort of a retail space, maybe smaller markets, so even like a Thrive Market or something like that,
Yeah.
that kinda gears to that, like, audience. I don't think I'm there yet, but I just think that kind of world and, do I know what happens when I get there? No idea. I have no idea what to do if I got into like a retail
Mm-mm.
space. So that's another step of another call we can have.
Yes, yes. You're doing this for the right reasons. You're doing this so that other
Mhm.
people can get the products, have the benefits from it, and it's fulfilling you and what you need in your life and your family right now too. So
Sure.
I'm glad that you're in such a good space and you're doing it. Can you tell us where our listeners can find the products and learn more about you and follow you?
The website is Lucy Skin. So it's LUSSISKIN.com. The Instagram is at Lucy Skin and Etsy is also the Etsy Lucy Skin.
I love it. Well, I will link to everything in the show notes and just know that I can be your accountability partner. That's what career coaches do. I'm here. If you have any questions,
Love
always
it.
feel free to reach back out and I'm happy to help. And I'm excited to see how Lucy Skin evolves and grows over the next year
I love
and
it.
more.
This meeting is very valuable because you did the work to like research all of this. You just probably saved me a year of research. So
Oh, I'm so
yeah.
happy. Well, thank you, Michelle. This has been so great. Thanks for coming
Yeah.
on.
Of course. I love it. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I have to give a special thank you to Michelle Novello, founder of Lūssi Skin, for joining me today for the first career shift strategy session here on the podcast. My goal for these strategy session episodes is that you can listen and gather tips and advice that you can then take with you into your job, your business, and your career. Many times it helps to hear what others are going through in their jobs or businesses so that we don't feel so alone. How long it takes for us to find success, whatever that means to us, is going to be different for everyone. But we can all learn from each other and support each other along the way. If you would like to be a guest on an upcoming episode of the podcast and get some career coaching from me, then I would love to have you. To apply for a career shift strategy session, simply DM me on Instagram. I'm at Second Act Success, or you can email hello@secondactsuccess.co. Be sure to tell me why you need some career coaching and how I can help you. I look forward to hearing from you, and I can't wait for you to join me on the next episode of the Second Act Success podcast. I'm Shannon Russell, wishing you a beautiful day of success. Thank you for joining us. I hope you found some gems of inspiration and some takeaways to help you on your path to Second Act Success. To view show notes from this episode, visit secondactsuccess.co. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss a single episode. Reviews only take a few moments and they really do mean so much. Thank you again for listening. I'm Shannon Russell, and this is Second Act Success.